Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel for another Waffle on Wednesday. So, what are you going to waffle about this Wednesday, Pete? Well, what I want to talk about today is, should you buy old machinery? Now, I'm not talking about anvils or swage blocks or old vices and all that kind of thing. They're tools, they're not machinery. I'm saying, should you buy old machinery? Well, if you're into blacksmithing and you've got an anvil and a vice and all that, you're already into that old stuff, right? So there's nothing wrong with buying old machinery, which you can get really cheap because no one wants it anymore. They all want the modern stuff. And you can get yourself a beautiful tool that you can put into your workshop and use for however many years to come. Now, there's some advantages and there's some disadvantages to buying this type of old machinery. The advantage is, as far as I'm concerned anyway, they're very easy to fix. They're extremely simple. There's no complex parts to them. And they're usually made of cast iron, bits of brass, all that kind of thing. The disadvantage with it is that sometimes they've got parts on them that you just can't buy or replace. You have to have them made by somebody that can do machining with a lathe and all that kind of thing. However, lots of this old stuff is lying around, getting auctioned off left, right and centre, and you can get it really cheap. Now, I've just bought a drill press, solid cast iron. It's as tall as I am. It weighs half a ton. I bought it anyway. I don't need a drill press that big. It's more like light industrial, but that doesn't matter. I saw it in the scrapyard. I wanted it. I went and bought it. I had a few bargaining points on my side, like most of it wasn't working. Nothing would turn on it and all that kind of thing. But I could see it was just light rust. That kind of surface rust that gets onto cast iron and steel and all that and kind of locks it up a bit. So I thought to myself, I'll get this thing home, I'll just spray it all over with any kind of light automotive oil like CRC, 5.56, WD-40, cans of that kind of stuff. Squirt all over it, leave it a couple of days, give it a little bit of a wriggle, and what do you know? Freed up absolutely beautifully. Let's have a look at DENBIGH. Okay folks, check out DENBIGH. Here's solid cast iron. I just said he weighs half a ton. I've got him going. Look, all these parts are all working. All these little wheels are turning around. He's absolutely fantastic. He's got an enormous table. Everything on this thing works except for the main flat belt. There's a little flat belt here, which is the power drive. There's a little flat belt. He's got a main big flat belt that goes over here. And that's broken. It's the original one is still there. It means I can measure it and everything and get one made exactly the same. The other thing that doesn't work on him is the electric motor. The electric motor is absolutely locked up tight. I tried to free it up, that's not working. And so I've made the decision that I'm going to get rid of that. I'm going to buy myself a new one. They're readily available. It's not the original motor anyway, so who cares, right? So what I want to do now is give you a quick whip over DENBIGH, a quick look at him. I've got one little problem with him. I should have realised this at the time when I bought DENBIGH. I was at the scrap metal yard and I paid 300 bucks for him, Australian, about a month ago. Anyway, I said to the guy, yeah, I really want that. Yeah. He said, have you got a vehicle? I'm like, yeah, I've got it. So I brought it in and he said, oh, we'll put it on the back. I thought, fantastic. They went and got a crane to put him on there with. I wasn't even paying attention, right? I'm just like, oh yeah, I've got a great new drill press. I've driven all the way home. I've got in the driveway and I thought, oh crap, how am I going to get that off? It weighs bloody half a ton. I'm just here by myself. Anyway, I rigged up a chain block to the top of my garage, nearly ripped the bloody roof off, and I managed to lift it up off my vehicle, drive out of the way and lower him back down to the ground. And that's when I started working on him. So anyway, it doesn't matter what your problems are, you can always overcome them. So anyway, let's have a close-up look at DENBIGH. Okay, here he is here. That's the flat belt drive on there. This thing here is a 2-speed gearbox. You can have it in high or low range. This thing here is the power feed, which feeds this system here. It comes across, goes into there, and it makes that quill go up and down. He's got an enormous table. It's about 20 inches across. This was all locked up. This is the mechanism that makes him go up and down, makes his little table go up and down. I freed all that up. He goes right down to the floor. His belt drive down at the bottom there. That's the old motor. That motor was made in 1957, but it's locked up now. and you've got like a V-belt pulley drive system that operates down to the one down the bottom there. This is all freed up, so that all works fine. There's nothing actually wrong with it. Beautiful cast iron, absolutely stunning. This device here is the slow feed wheel that makes the quill go super slow. This thing can drill 1.5 inches round. Look at him, isn't he absolutely fantastic? And over the back there's a lever. That's your gearbox, makes it go well, it's about 1/5 of the speed, so it will go really slowly. I don't know what that is. It's either white paint or bird poo. So there's DENBIGH. He's got his name badge on, the DENBIGH. That thing there is called a Staffordshire knot. I'll look that up on the internet. And this thing, where you handle it, it goes in and out, so you can disengage or engage your power feed drive. And that's the fine wheel there. Look at that, isn't that fantastic? 300 bucks, I couldn't believe it. Yeah, baby, awesome. So, there you go folks, that was a whip all over DENBIGH, my brand new, very old, light industrial drill press that I'm going to put a new motor on and keep it in my workshop. You probably won't see him in blacksmithing videos, but you never know, you might do. I mean, I've got to drill holes, right? So, getting back to my first part of this waffle, should you buy old machinery? Of course you should go out and buy it, but not if it's so totally broken that you can't repair it yourself. That would be my advice. So there you go folks, that's the end of this waffle on Wednesday. I'm so glad that you guys have just got to meet DENBIGH, my fantastic new drill press. So, until next week comes along while I'm waffling on about something else, thanks very much for watching this video. See you later.